Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. I was just watching a clip, I think it was actually originally from TikTok, but I saw it over on Twitter, now called X. It was a clip of a woman, an American woman, who has a husband who is not an American, who they met, I believe, in college, and they got married, and now they're processing his documentation, and she's talking about how it took 2.5 years, and he's still not even got his green card yet. They're going through adjustment. Then on top of that, they've made it mandatory for him to go get a COVID vaccine, which begs the question, I mean, just generally speaking, do we need to continue a mandate for the COVID vaccine now? With the data that we have, is that the best policy? But let's set that aside. The point of this video is about the fact that I very much hope this incoming administration will seriously consider and reconsider matters pertaining to not only illegal immigration, which I don't doubt that Mr. Trump is adamant about that, and I think the appointment of Mr. Homan as the current so-called immigration czar, and that is a function because he can come in on the transition team and really hit the ground running day one via that position. And immigration is somewhat of a different animal compared to other cabinet level positions insofar as it requires confirmation and things, because the president has a great deal of power with regard to immigration. A lot of his power emanates from Article 2 of the Constitution that specifically pertains to the executive power. And so the president can appoint people that can really get things done. And I'm not doubting their zeal with regard to illegal immigration, but what worries me, and I think illegal immigration needs to be dealt with. My friend Michael Yan doesn't even like to call it illegal immigration. He just calls it invasion. I tend to agree with his arguments on that, but you know, when I put my lawyer cap on, I just call it illegal immigration. That being said, I think it's more important this incoming administration recognizes that legal immigrants are something that are good for America at the end of the day. Legal immigrants are what built America, you know, and so I have seen roughly over the past now 5 years, give or take, the immigration system has just gotten worse and worse. I just got a denial the other day that is one of the most Kafka-esque denials I've ever seen. I can't go into great detail on here because for a variety of different reasons, I obviously can't give a lot of information and the case has not fully played out, but I've never even been put into this position before where basically the whole denial is just because we say so and cite some bureaucratic procedure that's apropos of nothing. I mean, it's not based on any legal notion. It's just because we say so at the end of the day. I'm really getting tired of that in all of the government agencies. That's not the way the U.S. system is meant to work. We are not the Soviet Union. You are not an all-powerful bureaucrat, and because you say so, it now is. We don't have commissars in America. We have a constitution. Now, that said, and sort of leaving that whole issue aside, legal immigration is important. And I think anybody that's objective realizes Stephen Miller in the first term of President Trump did a lot of damage to legal immigration in a lot of different ways. And, you know, on a certain level, I guess I understood the sentiment. They were trying to reform things, but they didn't. If anything, they just made it worse. Look, I get it. Go after illegal immigration. Enforce immigration law. But enforce immigration law. That means also dealing in good faith with people who file legal petitions for visas or for status in the United States of America.